from Nebraska's trusted news source. This is Channel 8 News at 4:30.
Now at 4:30, picking up the pieces, the urgent recovery efforts in one rural community tonight as they face the aftermath of devastating storms. Plus, sealing the deal, the massive merger approved between two major gas companies, what it could soon mean for your utility bills. Plus, hailed as heroes, how authorities are now describing the victims in the deadly shooting in San Diego as they search for answers. We begin at 4:30 with an important community discussion happening tonight. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Mackenzie Johnson. City authorities are looking far into the future of transportation here in Lincoln. They're bringing an ambitious plan for our roads under the microscope and giving the community the chance to join in.
For Channel 8 News, I'm Andrew Ward. Tonight, the City of Lincoln is looking forward to the next 25 years. There is a public meeting to discuss updates to the Lincoln 2050 Long-Range Transportation Plan, Lincoln Mobility Plan, and the Comprehensive Plan. We're told all of these projects focus on how all modes of our transportation system should grow over the next quarter of a century, from our bike paths to hiking trails to bus routes. The city is also hoping to find the best ways to improve our roads and highways during that stretch. Today's open house is at the Lincoln Commercial Club from 5:30 to 7:30.
All right, let's get our first look at the weather tonight. Here's Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins. Rusty?
We will start off by talking about the possibility for some freezing temperatures, maybe even some frost. North central, northeast Nebraska from Columbus north towards O'Neill and over towards Sioux City. So just north and west of Grand Island. You're talking about, was it Howard and Sherman County? And areas north might get a little chilly. Satellite and radar, well, we've got a lot going on over here. That's where all your severe thunderstorm watches are at. Some rain down towards Arkansas. That's what we had to deal with the last couple of days. So good riddance. 27th and Yankee Hill Road, Honda of Lincoln. A mixture of clouds and sun, a little bit of sun, lots of clouds earlier, just a touch of a breeze, 62 degrees. That north wind at 14 miles per hour. Temperature-wise, we're in the 60s for a lot of us. We're in the 50s a little further north and northeast. 56, though, in Nebraska City and Falls City. Also in Omaha, the rest of us in the lower 60s. Kind of a chilly one out there. We'll eventually drop to around the 40-degree mark very early tomorrow morning, but some 30s are possible as well. So that frost potential is out there. We'll talk more about that and the next chance for rain in a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Rusty. Let's take a live look now at some Lincoln streets. This is Northwest 48th and West Adams Street. Honestly, not much going on at all out there. Looks like maybe a couple people stopping at the stoplight. For the most part, though, looks like it's all clear. Right now, rural communities across Nebraska are dealing with the drastic aftermath of destructive storms, and they're rising together.
Good afternoon. I'm Emma Norwood. I'm reporting here in Auburn, where the city has declared a disaster after last night's storms. Now, I've driven around the community, and from every single block, there is tree debris and limbs and branches and people out and about trying to chop down what was left behind from last night's storms. Coming up tonight at 5 and 6 o'clock, I got the chance to speak with the city to ask when all of it will be cleared up. Now, they're asking people to put all the debris by their roadway so they can get people out here to clean up. They also asked for volunteers to come help out, and I got to speak with one of those volunteers about, lending a helping hand and why it's important to support the community during this time.
New details now in the horrific shooting at an Islamic center in San Diego. Officials revealing details on the victims and suspects. ABC's Alex Stone tells us more.
Today, search warrants being executed at the homes of the two teenagers who police say opened fire at the Islamic Center of San Diego on Monday, as police try to understand why the 17 and 18-year-olds carried out the attack. Sources identify the two as Kane Clark and Caleb Vasquez.
We have confirmed 3 victims outside the building, as well as reportedly 2 shooters.
Police say the gunfire killed 3 adults, now identified as a manager of the mosque store for 40 years and a community member who moved people away from the gunfire.
They sacrificed their lives to protect the entire community inside the Islamic Center of San Diego.
And security guard Amin Abdullah.
He began to engage them with gunfire. Both suspects returned fire. His actions, without a doubt, delayed distracted, and ultimately deterred these two individuals from gaining access to the greater areas of the mosque.
Inside the Islamic Center, children as young as kindergartners hid in closets as a gunfire was heard. Later, the children seen here brought out hand in hand by police. Investigators say the teens then drove down the street and fired at a landscaper who was hit but will survive. Police say the two suspects died of self-inflicted gunshot wounds. In their car, sources say, were anti-Islamic writings. The Islamic community of San Diego is in shock.
My community is mourning. My community is keeping our three heroes in their prayers.
This is still an active crime scene here today. Police have the front entrance closed off, the inside of the Islamic Center frozen in time as it all unfolded on Monday. Alex Stone, ABC News, San Diego.
New tonight, a natural gas utility merger aims to establish protections for customers. The Nebraska Public Service Commission approving a merger between Black Hills and Northwestern Energy. Now, Nebraska is the first state to approve this merger. Commission Chair Tim Schramm says this will ensure safe, reliable natural gas service for Nebraskans while also maintaining responsible regulatory oversight and customer protections. The rate and cost protections are in place, so the merger will not make your prices go up. The new partners say they plan to invest more than $7 billion in new electric and natural gas infrastructure over the next 4 years. That transaction is expected to close in the second half of 2026. Also new tonight, Lincoln Transportation and Utilities says they're looking for volunteers to help remove garbage from Holmes Lake Park. They're holding a cleanup event next Tuesday from 10 in the morning until noon, and that's near 70th Street and Norma Boulevard. So if you want to help, you can contact LTU to sign up. Developing now, health officials are monitoring an Ebola outbreak in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. One American doctor now testing positive. Here's ABC's Rena Roy.
A race to contain the spread of Ebola as the number of suspected cases and deaths rises.
We really need to go fast to really try to stop the spread of the disease further. But we really don't know, as I said, we don't understand yet the extent of the spread of the disease.
The U.S. State Department now elevating travel advisories to the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Rwanda, South Sudan, and Uganda due to the Ebola outbreak. The CDC also restricting entry for non-U.S. passport holders who have been in parts of Central Africa in the last 3 weeks. The agency confirming Dr. Peter Stafford, an American doctor doing missionary work and treating patients in the Democratic Republic of Congo, has tested positive for Ebola and was evacuated with his family and another U.S. doctor for medical care in Germany. Dr. Stafford's colleague says he was experiencing a fever, aches, chills, and fatigue.
He developed symptoms a couple of days ago that it was probably on day 8 after his exposure during surgery of a very sick patient who subsequently died. But he's alive, and we're so thankful that he's receiving some care now.
The World Health Organization declared the Ebola outbreak a public health emergency of international significance. Ebola is a disease that can cause bleeding, which can be life-threatening if not controlled. And this rare variant has no cure or vaccine.
The most recent numbers show us that about 60% of the tests that are coming back are positive. That likely means that this virus is spreading faster than officials can keep up with, and the outbreak is likely larger than what is currently being detected.
Experts stress the risk of an Ebola outbreak here in the U.S. is relatively low because the virus does have a hard time spreading in countries with well-resourced healthcare infrastructure, including rapid testing and infection control. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Coming up after the break, the Big Red wins big, the prestigious recognition given to Husker baseball and softball players and what it means for the teams. And all new at 5, a gap in research. We're hearing how much of an impact Nebraskans could see with the pending closure of UNL's meteorology program. After the recent severe weather, an expert details what will be lost in the future. Stick with us. Softball racking up some big awards today. Some All-American honors and plenty of Big Ten awards were dished out to a host of Huskers. Let's check in with Sports Director Nate Johnson to see which athletes are being recognized. Nate?
Hey, thank you, Mackenzie. Yeah, it's been quite the season for both teams with plenty more, of course, to go. But today we saw some of the reason why. So many talented players on both teams. The Big Ten announcing their postseason awards. Senior Dylan Carey was named the Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year, while Drew Grigo was recognized as the Big Ten Freshman of the Year. Carey's having an elite season, batting .347, and is the program's all-time leader in doubles. And he also joined on the All-Big Ten first-team list by Carson Jasa. Jay-Sean Unger, Case Anderson, Mac Moore, and Grigo were selected to the All-Big Ten second team. Grigo and Jeter Worthley were named to the All-Freshman team, and Carey and Moyer landed on the All-Defensive team. Caleb Clark was Nebraska's recipient of the Big Ten Sportsmanship Award, and a big congrats to everyone. A big Friday awaits in the Big Ten tournament. Over to softball now, where both Jordy Fromm and Alexis Jensen earned softball All-American honors. Fromm was a first-team selection, while Jensen landed on the all-freshman team. An incredible season for both, with, I'm sure, more awards to come soon. We'll have a lot more to talk about in the Sports Zone. For now, Mackenzie will go ahead and send things back over to you.
Well, definitely some exciting stuff. Thanks, Nate. Let's get our full check of the forecast at 4:30 now with meteorologist Rusty Dawkins. Rusty?
Mackenzie, it's a little gray out there, but you don't have to go far before the sun starts to peek out. And really, these clouds aren't as thick as they look on the satellite. No precipitation showing up, just some false return there between Hastings and Red Cloud at the radar site there. My favorite camera in Lincoln right now, ABC Seamless, 48th and Cornhusker Highway. And I say that just usually because of the 10 o'clock show. If you know, you know. But still construction, waiting for everything to be cleared up. It looks like, I mean, look at that. That's a nice, clear path. It's fine. Just be soon. It'll be quick. I'm sure we're right around the corner before this is all opened up nicely. Hey, how about this? It rained a lot lately, and look at this. We went from being about half of what we needed for normal to almost there. We're still behind by 1.25 inches, but that's a lot better than being behind by about 4 inches. So normal's 8.65, and we're at 7.43. We made a lot of lost time in a very short amount of time. That's not always a good thing. You kind of want to small step it, but we'll take it. I mean, the damage in the tornadoes and everything else we did not want, but the moisture certainly did. Almost a straight line with these temperatures, middle 40s for the lows, but we only got into the right around 60-degree mark. So not a whole lot of fluctuation with those temperatures over the last 24 hours. And that'll remain to be the case. We've got temperatures that might get back into the middle 60s by 6 p.m. and then quickly drop into the middle 40s. That wind also will quickly drop too. We're talking about almost zero wind. The sky will clear out, temperatures will drop, and we may see some cold air up to the north. Note this is a long line of storms, and this low pressure is up around here somewhere, and that's going to drag down some colder air, especially for north central and northeast Nebraska. So they may see some frost or freezing temperatures up to the north and northeast. So they have frost advisories in that neck of the woods. Temperature wise, I'll show you what I'm talking about. See the clearing and the cold air funneling in. And look at the 30s showing up, maybe even near the freezing mark by early tomorrow morning for some parts of north central and northeast Nebraska. Then by 8 o'clock Wednesday morning, a few scattered showers start to move in. That will try to make its way east. Almost gets into eastern Nebraska, but this area certainly needs the moisture. They have not seen as much as eastern Nebraska has. So the western half of the state, they can have this. Just go ahead, take as much as you want. Hopefully it's enough. Here's by 5 p.m. Friday. Notice not much making its way into eastern Nebraska. So we'll talk more about that frost potential coming up at 5, 6, and 10.
All right, thanks, Rusty. Time now for another look at our roads. This is a live view of 84th Street and Yankee Hill Road. That's the roundabout there, and honestly, there's no cars going through at all from, oh, there we go. Now we can see some on the other side. Moving through that roundabout, looks like there's really not much traffic out there to be looking at all. Alrighty, now let's talk about the Lincoln People's City Mission trying to stock up. They're holding a towel drive with Don't Panic Labs. They say the shelter goes through over 5,500 towels every year. PCM sharing this photo of Pastor Tom with a stack of 50 towels. It's almost as tall as him there. The towel drive runs through May 25th with plenty of drop-off locations like Open Harvest, Good Life Fitness, Turbine Flats, and more. New at 4:30, some kids in Norfolk get to enjoy a special ride after school.
All right, we'll go inside and we'll go check out the dispatch.
2 students at Christ Lutheran won the school pickup jackpot offered by the police department during a fundraiser. Officers picking them up after class, riding around with them in the police cruiser, and you can see looks like they're getting to learn a lot from the Norfolk Police Division. Officers making a quick stop at the police station. They got a tour of the dispatch unit before heading back home. Time now for a look at what's trending on our website, klkntv.com. Here's Channel 8's Mark Fisher.
How's it going, everybody? I'm Mark Fisher, and we're back with another segment of What's Trending on klkntv.com. First up, the weekend brought multiple destructive storms to southeast Nebraska. The National Weather Service issued a rare tornado emergency on Sunday night as a twister tore through Thayer County. One homeowner who lives southeast of Hebron said their barn was ripped from its foundation on Saturday night. Against all odds, their property was hit by a tornado again on Sunday. He and his family take these situations seriously because his wife lived through the historic Hallam tornado back in 2004. Early Monday morning, volunteers showed up at the golf course and broke out chainsaws to get to work. Also getting clicks, neighbors in St. Laborie are sharing their experiences as they help families that lost everything rebuild on Monday. Many are taking their first steps to rebuilding after a violent tornado coursed through the small town in Howard County. The storm flattened homes and shocked the community. Chris Hall was one of the storm chasers tracking the tornado and saw the destruction firsthand. He had a calm demeanor when describing stopping on the side of the road Sunday after coming face to face with the storm. Heartbreaking video shows the community banding together, combing through fields to help recover what's been lost. You can read about these stories and much more on our website at klkntv.com, but for now, we'll be back right here tomorrow with more trending stories.
Coming up after the break, done dating, why more singles are ditching the dating apps as the cost of love is climbing, and what they're choosing to do instead. And all new at 5, learn about a new diaper distribution program bringing essential supplies to local families in need. We'll hear from the program leaders on how it's changing lives. We'll be right back. Many single people are reevaluating the cost of dating. A recent survey finds the high cost of dining is turning singles off. Nearly half say dating isn't financially worth it. Jen Sullivan takes a look at how money is changing the dating scene.
The cost to eat out has gotten more expensive, and if you're going out on dates, those costs can add up. According to data from BMO Bank, singles spend an average of $189 on a date night. That's $21 more than last year, and it's changing the way people are dating.
I think the dinner date is becoming less common for a first date.
Stevie Bowen is a certified dating coach and has clients all over the country. She says she's noticed singles are ditching dating apps and instead opting to connect in person.
I think it really is just the counter response to all this technology and AI rise happening around us.
Bowen says people are turning to singles events. Sites like meetup.com and Luma have lists of meetup events based on your location. Things like pottery class, cooking class, pickleball tournaments. And then there are sites like City Swoon for speed dating.
There's so many different new ways and creative ways people are trying to meet people and meet like-minded people.
Bowen says these single events can cost between $120 to $160, but your dollar goes a lot further because you're meeting more people for that price. When you do meet someone you like, she says, keep the first date simple.
Go drinks or go coffee, something that is low stakes, low cost.
If you do decide to go to dinner, Bowen recommends talking about how you're going to pay or split the bill before the date so you avoid any awkwardness when the check does come. For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
All right, final check of the weather now at 4:30. Rusty, take it away.
There we are. A little chilly tomorrow morning for most of us. 30s just about everywhere. I think we'll hang on to the 40-degree mark here, but 34, 35 degrees. There might be some frost in north central and northeast Nebraska. We won't warm up a whole lot. I mean, we'll try for 60, but look at that. Most of us not even coming close. Like North Platte, Ogallala, Sydney, into the Panhandle, not really. Southeast Nebraska maybe gets into the 60s. A little breezy out there, but lots of sunshine in Aurora. It's a good looking shot, isn't it? Look at all that green grass. We need more moisture, but what we've gotten over the last couple of days will do for eastern Nebraska. Stormcast does have a chance for rain out west right there by about 8 o'clock in the morning from about Kearney and Hastings west into the McCook area in southwest Nebraska. That'll try to spread into an area that really needs the moisture. So hopefully this holds true through the first half of the day on Wednesday. Doesn't look like it makes its way into south central and southeast Nebraska, but it will try to make it towards O'Neill. So we'll talk more about this rainfall potential and the rest of the week and the holiday weekend coming up at 5.
That's true. It is coming up. All right. Thank you so much, Rusty. That's going to do it for Channel 8 News here at 4:30. But Rod Fowler is coming up next, along with all of our reporters and our citizen journalists. We've got a lot coming up in our 5 o'clock show, and that's in just a few minutes. So stick with us.
Founded and operated by American veterans and patriots, we bring a warrior ethos to every case. We are Barry Law.
Let your voice be heard by sharing your photos and videos to the Now Local News app. Earn points and redeem them for gift cards. Scan the QR code to join.
New sense of
Nebraska's trusted news source. This is Channel 8 News at 5.
Coming up tonight, earning recognition. Big awards given to Husker softball and baseball players who received the biggest mention. Also tonight, carrying the torch.
To feel their positivity and bring a little of our own, it's a great experience.
Lincoln police lace up their running shoes, what purpose their run serves. And missing meteorology. Nebraskans picking up the pieces from tornadoes and storms. Why this adds concern to UNL's decision to do away with its meteorology program. And disaster declaration.
My first thought was they might need our help.
Auburn is left reeling from last night's storms, how they're trying to regain their balance.
And that's where we begin tonight. Right now, the city of Auburn declares a disaster. Resources from Nemaha and other counties are either in Auburn or on their way as we speak. Trees are strewn in the roads, flags wrapped around themselves by howling winds. Auburn needs all hands on deck right now as they pick up the pieces from those ferocious storms yesterday. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. Good to have you with us. I'm Rod Fowler. Auburn is asking for assistance, not just from emergency management teams, but from anyone that is willing to help them. Channel 8's Emma Norwood is live on the scene there in Auburn. Emma, you've been all around town today. Quite the mess, right?
Yeah, hey, good evening, Rod. That's exactly right. I'm actually going to step out of the way just for a second. I mean, this scene behind me here is pretty much what every single street here in Auburn looks like. The sounds of chainsaws and cleanup crews just filling those neighborhoods. But I will say the good news is outreach from across southeast Nebraska is pouring in after that disaster declaration. The Auburn community spending the day hauling branches and clearing debris after powerful storms ripped through.
I think, you're making progress and you look around you and you go, this feels like a drop in the bucket compared to everything that's left to be done.
The city issuing a disaster declaration on Tuesday. People of all ages getting to work, borrowing trucks and chainsaws.
To have such widespread destruction and debris scattered throughout our community, it's really difficult. People keep saying, where was it the worst? And I just go, well, you think you've seen the worst, and you go on to the next block and the next block.
Auburn Public Schools even making the decision to cancel classes because of all the damage. You can see yards covered with fallen trees, branches, and leaves scattered everywhere. One neighbor's car even smashed in.
It would hit and knock things out, things would fall, and then people would stop, and then the rain would come through, and rain and wind would blow again. So it was just kind of a cyclical kind of a thing where people felt like, okay, it's the calm, but yet there's more coming. What's coming next? We've talked with somebody that had, a tree fall on their roof. It came through into their living room, and then the next storm brought a bunch of rain, so then the water came in.
But while the damage is overwhelming, the response from multiple different counties has been immediate. A group of volunteers even traveling from Cass County.
I was watching it. I thought it was going to hit our county, Cass County. And about that time it took that hook was when we decided, we might, want to get a team together to come down and help. We all look after each other. That is the one great thing. We are a strong Nebraska group.
The city says they do not have a definite timeline for when all of this debris will be picked up, but throughout the community's help, they're hoping it shouldn't take too much longer. Reporting here in Auburn, Emma Norwood, Channel 8 News.
All right, thank you, Emma. Recovery efforts are mounting as well in Howard County. Their emergency management team is asking for clothes donations for tornado victims. The children's sizes are highlighted on your screen right now. They're now directing donations to the St. Labori Fire Department. They are thanking everyone for their donations and their help, their labor on behalf of the affected families. Helgoth's Coffee is getting in on the giving in St. Labori. They're out at the destruction site right now with coffee and donated packaged food items for the workers, the volunteers, and affected families. They're asking people that are working at the site to stop by their coffee truck to get some hot coffee and food. Let's get to your first forecast now on this Tuesday evening, a much quieter and cooler day as we take a look over the city with our Barry Law Tower Cam. At least the weather, Rusty, is cooperating with all these people we see cleaning up from the storms over the past few days. How long is it going to stay like this?
Several days. We're looking at temperatures that will be well below average for the next several days. We'll eventually warm back up, but it's going to get downright chilly in some spots tomorrow morning, and because of that, Well, this graphic will kind of explain it. We have frost advisories for parts of central, north central, and northeast Nebraska from Grand Island to O'Neill, Columbus to Sioux City. So the northeastern and north central part of Nebraska, cold enough that we may see a little bit of frost early tomorrow morning. Sixth and Perkins, your Shones Roofing Cam in Beatrice, a quiet one out there right now after they saw 5 or 6 inches of rain in some spots over the last several days. So a lot of rain fell in this area. But now just partly cloudy, and we have some clearing, lots of sunshine in central Nebraska, maybe a spot shower well to the west. Temperature-wise, 50s and 60s. We should be into the 70s. The average high this time of year is 76, and we're about 10 to 15 degrees below that, even to almost 20 degrees below that in Nebraska City at 57 degrees. Bit of a breeze out of the north at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Your forecast, hour-by-hour forecast, dropping to around 40 by early tomorrow morning, and that wind will die off significantly. In fact, it may not be above 5 miles per hour early tomorrow morning. We'll have more on the rainfall potential over the next several days and into the weekend in a few minutes.
Thank you, Rusty. New tonight, in the wake of all that severe weather we've seen over the last few days, some are looking to the future. And after UNL cut its meteorology program, it's really creating some uncertainty. What kind of an impact will Nebraskans feel when it's gone? Channel 8's Mackenzie Johnson tells us what she learned today. Mackenzie?
Rod, weather events like these from this past weekend are study points for students at UNL, but soon their research and expertise will be gone, and Nebraskans could feel that absence. Adam Houston is a professor of meteorology. He also leads a severe storms research group at UNL, where students work to understand severe storms and help improve predictions. Houston tells me now that this program is being cut. The state will lose out on that, on not only the research, but the Nebraska students who make a big impact.
We are training students that would eventually go into the National Weather Service. The National Weather Service is responsible for issuing the watches and warnings for severe weather and other hazards in the atmosphere. And so those people were literally saving people's lives. They were doing it yesterday. They have been doing it for many years. And that conduit is gone now.
Houston says many of their graduates stay in Nebraska after college, but now he's afraid people born and raised in the state will leave for another meteorology program and not come back. And he says weather events like we've had these past several days will never stop happening in Nebraska, but soon UNL's ability to be involved will. Reporting in the studio, Mackenzie Johnson, Channel 8 News.
All right, thank you, Mackenzie. Developing now a possible motive in the deadly attack on that San Diego Islamic Center shooting. At this hour, authorities are focusing in on something posted online. Let's go right to Channel 8's Meg West. Meg, what was discovered?
Good evening, Rod. You're looking here at aerial footage of the suspect's home. Tonight, ABC News is reporting that authorities are reviewing a video apparently posted online by one of the suspects, and that video appears to capture a live stream of the attack and its aftermath. Those suspects left behind a manifesto, a suicide note, writings, and messages scrawled on a weapon, all filled with what San Diego Police Chief calls generalized hate rhetoric and racial pride. It's pretty clear to authorities that this attack was motivated by hate. Investigators are on the scene gathering evidence and trying to determine if the Islamic Center was the primary target of the suspected shooters due to the broad hatred toward a wide range of races and religions detailed in that manifesto. Officials saying the violence could have been much worse if not for the actions of the Islamic Center security guard confronting the shooters at the front door, alerting staff of a lockdown when he was shot and killed. Without his efforts, the shooters would have had access to every single classroom. San Diego's mayor calling him a hero.
There's been an outpouring of support, as you might imagine, for all three of those who were killed, but in particular the security guard that you mentioned, who has been hailed by absolutely everybody, including our police officers, as being absolutely critical in providing enough time and space to get the students into the classrooms and in lockdown. We believe that he should be credited for saving all of those children's lives.
Law enforcement seizing more than 30 guns, a crossbow, tactical gear, ammo, and electronics while executing 3 search warrants at homes associated with the suspects. Police confirming the guns belong to one of the suspects' parents. They also add that the teenage suspects appear to have been radicalized online, and the two also met online. A memorial forming in front of the Islamic Center here. You can see people placing flowers and leaving notes honoring those 3 brave heroes who sacrificed their lives to protect the hundreds inside. In the studio, Meg West, Channel 8 News.
Thank you, Meg. Right now, a local nonprofit is helping parents across Nebraska get essentials for their children. The Nebraska Diaper Bank is teaming up with the community action programs of Lancaster and Saunders counties to get diaper distribution into their Head Start programs. This allows family educators to work one-on-one with families during home visits and get them diapers when they need them. 1 in 3 Nebraska families struggle to afford enough diapers. That's why the Diaper Bank says this partnership is so important. Its executive director says giving families easy access to changing diapers is changing lives.
We saw them really be excited about having the ability to offer diapers to a mother, to the family. It just really allowed them to take a deep breath and to be able to move forward with their families.
In this program, children can receive 60 to 80 diapers a month from birth until the child's 3rd birthday. Well, don't go anywhere. We have more headed your way after the break and a new batch of stories in our 6 o'clock newscast, including terrible timing. One woman's home is destroyed in the St. Labori tornado 2 weeks from her wedding. How the bakery she works at is helping her get back on her feet. And coming up after the break here on our 5 o'clock, All-American honors. What Husker softball and baseball players are receiving national attention. Don't go away. New tonight, it looks like Black Hills Energy is about to get a partner. The Nebraska Public Service Commission approving a merger between them and Northwestern Energy. Now, 2 other states, Montana and South Dakota, and federal officials are expected to approve it as well. Protections are in place for any rate increase until May 2028, with Black Hills anyway. The merger should be official later this year. Nebraska softball racking up some major awards today, and Husker baseball made sure they weren't left out of the conversation. Some All-American honors and plenty of Big Ten awards were dished out to a host of Huskers. For the latest on both teams, let's check in with Sports Director Nate Johnson. Nate?
Hey, thank you, Rod. Yeah, it's been quite the season for both teams, with plenty more to go, of course. But today, we saw some of the reason why. So many talented players on both teams. The Big Ten announcing their postseason awards. Senior Dylan Carey was named the Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year, while Drew Grigo was recognized as the Big Ten Freshman of the Year. Now, Carey is having an elite season, batting .347, and is the program's all-time leader in doubles. He's joined on the All Big Ten first team list by Carson Jason. Now, Jay-Sean Unger, Case Anderson, Mac Moyer, and Grigo were all selected to the All Big Ten second team. Grigo and Jeter Worthley were named to the All Freshman team, and Carey and Moyer landed on the All Defensive team. Caleb Clark was Nebraska's recipient of the Big Ten Sportsmanship Award, and a big congrats to everyone as a big Friday awaits in the Big Ten tournament. Now over to softball now, where both Jordy Fromm and Alexis Jensen earned Softball America All-American honors. Fromm was a first-team selection, while Jensen landed on the All-Freshman team. An incredible season for both, with, I'm sure, more awards probably to come. We'll have a lot more to talk about in the Sports Zone, though. For now, though, Rod, will send things back over to you.
Thank you, Nate. Talk to you later. New tonight, the annual Nebraska Special Olympics Torch Run. Runners brought the flame of hope to the County City building today. There at the Hall of Justice. Lincoln Police, along with other law enforcement, lacing up their running shoes for today's event. It's the largest public awareness grassroots fundraiser for the Special Olympics. It started in 1985 when a group of law enforcement officers decided to run the Special Olympics torch across the state to the Summer Games. Well, today it's a worldwide movement to raise money and awareness for local Special Olympics programs and athletes.
It's a very rewarding experience. Again, as police officers and law enforcement, we deal with a lot of negativity on a day-to-day basis. So going to cheer on these athletes, to feel their positivity and bring a little of our own, it's a great experience.
Weber went on to say that this is just one of many events the Lincoln Police Department does to support Special Olympic athletes, and they try to go to as many events as they can to cheer them on.
Now, your Storm Alert Team Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins.
Came into work today and almost didn't know what to do with myself. It was just, I'm so used to coming in and just, okay, here we go, another day. And then today, it was just quiet and cool. It was really, we needed a day like today to clean up in some areas and just relax in others. Goodness, but it's still cooler than average. 64 degrees, that's a good 10 degrees below where we normally are this time of year. I'll point this out too. For the month, 3.35 normal. Yeah, we're above average for the month of May. Of course we are. I mean, we saw a lot of rain. Looking down towards downtown Lincoln, the Barry Law Camp is just partly cloudy, mostly cloudy kinda, and it's really green out there now where all of that rain fell. Look at these temperatures way below where they're supposed to be. The warm spot, McCook, 65 degrees. Okay, we're kind of getting back to normal now, aren't we? 63 in Lincoln, 60 in Columbus, 61 in Beatrice, a little cooler to the east in Omaha, Nebraska City, and Falls City, all in the middle and upper 50s. The wind, a little bit of a bite to it almost, especially this morning, out and about early this morning, and a little chill in the air with that wind and the temperatures struggling a little bit, and wind gusts anywhere from 20 to 25 miles per hour, kind of all over too. I mean, it's not extreme wind by any stretch, but when you're on the chilly side this time of year, that wind feels a lot colder than it does well, any other time really. Satellite showing just those clouds. This will eventually filter out, and that sky will clear out. And as it does that, by about 10, maybe even 11 o'clock to midnight, you're looking at a clearing sky, and the wind is just going to drop off. So that is going to lead to some cold air. But by 6 a.m., this may help temperatures from falling off too far, but it's still going to get cold. Much needed rain, still need that rain in western Nebraska, and it looks like they may see a little bit. Not enough and nothing like what we saw in eastern Nebraska over the last few days, but still, they'll take what they can get, that's for sure. This would be a nice soaking of rainfall in central and western parts of Nebraska, where they sorely need it. Mostly cloudy skies for just about everybody else, and maybe a spot sprinkle as we head into the second half of the day, into the evening hours on Wednesday. So like I was saying, that cool air for north central and northeast Nebraska, a frost advisory here from just north of Grand Island. You're looking at Howard, Sherman, Greeley, and Valley County areas north towards O'Neill and Holt County, and then eastern and northeastern Nebraska. Around here, though, not quite cold enough. You're looking at the lower 40s, maybe the upper 30s, so still chilly, just not cold enough for frost. Close, but not close enough. And then highs tomorrow, middle and upper 50s to around 60. Chill in the air for sure. So 60 to 65, 66 degrees. Storms are going to be possible Thursday and Friday. Scattered shower, thunderstorm on and off. Wednesday has that rain chance further west. Then we start to warm up. Look at the holiday weekend. So far, so good. 75, 83, 86, getting close to 90, which this time of year, no big surprise there. And a small chance for some rain on Wednesday and 84 degrees. But if you're trying to get out and about for the holiday weekend, like I said, so far, so good. But Thursday and Friday, a chance for storms, but it doesn't look like severe weather is going to be an issue, but it's something we'll keep a close eye on.
Thank you, Rusty. New tonight, Lincoln Transportation and Utilities are starting the Great American Cleanup. They're searching for volunteers to help clean up Holmes Lake Park near 70th and Normal. People will be picking up trash so the park can stay beautiful and clean. The cleanup's going to take place next Tuesday, May 26th from 10 a.m. to noon. Free lunch will be provided to anyone who comes out to help. Also tonight, some Christ Lutheran school students won a unique prize. They entered a raffle that got them a ride home from school in a Norfolk police cruiser. Before heading home, police giving them a tour of their dispatch station. The Norfolk Police Division is thanking Christ Lutheran for including them in such a fun fundraiser. Stay with us. We have more ready for you after the break, and a whole lot more coming up at 6 o'clock, including Help Wanted. The Centennial School in Seward is low on bus drivers, what they're giving to applicants for free in their time of need. Stay with us.
Tonight.
5 Lincoln Public School students get to attend a local sporting event. The 5th graders from across LPS filled the stands at Haymarket Park for LPS Day. It's a tradition. They were treated to a Lincoln Salt Dogs game. Students packed the concession stands on a day that didn't turn out too badly for baseball weather-wise. The LPS Associate Superintendent, Sarah Salem, even got to throw out the first pitch. How about that? Hey, before we get a final check of the weather, we want to show you something. A nice lady just stopped by here at the station, and she gave us a bunch of kindness cups for our storm coverage. I think that's great. Mine's filled with those miniature peanut butter cups. What about yours?
Peanut M&Ms.
Yeah. So don't worry. We'll make sure we get some to Dominic and Houston as well, because yeah, don't tell them, right? Our weather department did a great job. So did our news team covering these. So no storms in the near future?
Not for tonight or tomorrow. It'll be chilly, though. We are seeing temperatures that are going to fall off rather quickly with some clearing skies in north central and northeast Nebraska. So right now we're right around 60 for just about everybody. We'll drop to around the middle 30s in north central Nebraska with that clearing sky. Look at that, dropping into the lower 40s by midnight and eventually into the middle 30s. But look at that, rainfall, a possibility where they need it on the other side of the state.
All right, thank you, Rusty, and thank you so much for joining us. World News is coming your way next, and we'll be right back here at 6 o'clock. See you then.
Founded and operated by American veterans and patriots, we bring a warrior ethos to every case. We are Barry Law.
Let your voice be heard by sharing your photos and videos to the Now Local News app. Earn points and redeem them for gift cards. Scan the QR code to join. Closed.